and allocating your valuable time on the long weekend to come and learn something new. So first, applaud yourselves for that. Before we start the event, as a courtesy, we would like to request all of you to put your phones on silent so that we can have a very fruitful session. And now I call upon our chairman, Mr. Raman sir, to welcome the gathering.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of IAF Chennai chapter, I welcome you all for this wonderful gathering and discussion. So today's topic is a very, very different topic. It talks about the pursuit of happiness at work and beyond. What is your DOSE for happiness? DOSE means it represents, it is a mental chemical. So D represents one chemical name. I forgot the name. So probably Sir will explain. So today the speaker is a very distinguished speaker, Mr. Sivakumar Bellan, brand strategist and biz mentor, simple and smart solutions. So he is going to explain about the topic, what I told now. So again, on behalf of IAF, I welcome the speaker, also the members from MMA and IAF. Thank you once again. Thank you. Now I request our Southern Region Secretary, Mr. Palamurugan, to introduce the speaker to the audience. Thank you.
Good evening, friends. So, I am privileged to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Sivakumar Bellan. He is a brand storyteller and brand strategist who weaves a beautiful story in every brand that etches into your heart, mind, and memory. He is a business mentor, professional trainer, orator, author, and career coach. He is the director marketing of Simple and Smart Solutions, and his company provides simple and smart healthcare business solutions. He is a pharmacy graduate from Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai, that is JSS College of Pharmacy, Ooty, Tamil Nadu, and that stands in the ranking of 4th in the All India ranking. He is a postgraduate in marketing management and international business from IGNOU, Delhi. He has 30 plus years experience in healthcare marketing, professional training, pharmaceutical sales, brand consulting, and business mentoring. He has held leadership roles in pharma companies like Alchem Labs Mumbai, Medley Mumbai, Panacea Biotech of New Delhi, Unichem Mumbai, and ICICI India. He is a brand storyteller in healthcare science and has created over 300 plus medical documentaries and scientific health videos for pharmaceutical companies for doctors across the globe. He has trained thousands of students, professionals to enhance their career skills, employability, performance through an essential program named Essential Career Skills and 108 Life Skills for Success. He has mentored many startup entrepreneurs and pharmapreneurs through his unique program named 108 Business Tools for Success. He is a visiting faculty to various pharmacy colleges and business schools in India and abroad. His live interviews and motivational talks have been featured in Doordarshan. He is a regular speaker in pharma associations like IDMA, IPA, IPGA, and SIPMA. Management associations like Madras Management Association, with whom I think our IAF also is tied up, and reputed universities and colleges like JSS University, Madras University, Anna University, IIT Madras, like that. And he has delivered a tailor-made talks to Tamil Nadu Police Academy and Judicial Academy, Madras High Court, and ISRO, Bangalore, at UR Rao State Satellite Center. He is also a regular speaker at Rotary and Lions Club. He has earned many certifications of international repute from Dale Carnegie USA, IMS Singapore, ISO India, United Nations Organization, NLP Knight UK, and TAP International Bangalore. He is also a visiting professor of practice at SRMIST University, that is SRM Institute of Science and Technology, no? Yeah. Chennai, to upskill students and faculty and to build a strong association with academia and industry. He runs a CSR initiative in healthcare named Bellan Diabetes and Heart Foundation to create health awareness in the Nilgiris, Tamil Nadu and rural India. His mantras for professional success are purpose of your work, 2, pride in your profession. 3, passion in your work and compassion towards people. 4, positive thinking and with passions and perseverance leading to performance at work. So now I welcome Mr. Sivakumar Bellan to deliver his address.
Saram. This is a wonderful way of saying namaskaram, which I learned from a 7-year-old kid called Surya Narayanan, who's my friend's son, who's now rocking in YouTube on spiritual songs. A life's journey is all about happiness, right? But in this journey of happiness, we all come across a lot of ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're guilty, sometimes you're fearful, sometimes you're anxious, and sometimes so and so forth. So today's topic is a very, very interesting topic which we all crave for. யாருக்கு சந்தோஷம் வேணாம்? நம்ம இருக்கிற இன்னைக்கு இந்த ஃபாஸ்ட் ஹசல் அண்ட் பஸ்ஸல்னு சொல்லுவாங்க சிட்டி லைஃப்பில், எல்லாருக்கும் சந்தோஷம் தேவை. பட் அந்த சந்தோஷத்தை எப்படி நம்ம துரத்திக்கிட்டு போகிறோம்? ஒரு பியூட்டிஃபுல் கோட் நான் எழுதியிருந்தேன். ரொம்ப ஹாப்பினஸ் இஸ் லைக் அ பட்டர்ஃப்ளை. த மோர் யூ சேஸ் இட், த மோர் இட் evades you or it goes away from you. But if you focus your attention with a lot of passion and pride and purpose in the work which you do, happiness will just come and sit. I mean, that butterfly will come and sit on your shoulder. That is what is all about happiness. And why I'm choose this topic today is that in my last 30 years of corporate life in different levels of leadership in Bombay, Chennai, overseas and all, one thing I've noticed is that we all are in a very big hurry to reach our goals. And many times, many of us, we set goals even without, we don't know whether we're going to achieve or not. So it's like a blind rat race. So in the blind rat race, many people trip and fall down. Some people are able to scrape through there by hook or crook. And some people, after reaching that, the Mount Everest, they look down and see, why the hell did I run so fast? It was meaningless, right? So you must have had a big bank balance, or you have whatever the wish list you had in your life, to buy a house or a car, get married, have children, and the children getting educated, all the stuff is done. But one thing, $1 million question, when during my course of research I found out from people who are 60, 70 and 80 years, this is an ongoing research which I'm doing on happiness, is that many people come to me and tell, Shiva, லைஃப்ல இவ்வளோ வேகமாக எதுக்காக ஓடனேன்னு எனக்கே புரியல. There is a lot of vacuum in their life. In spite of the XYZ designation they have achieved. Maybe he could be a CEO, he could be a vice president, or he would be an entrepreneur with all the riches in life. But it's like a balance sheet. In this bargain, what he has lost in his life is that he would have lost his health, some people have lost their relationships, and some people would have literally lost their peace of mind. So this is a $1 million questions. நீங்க ஹாப்பியா இருக்கீங்களா அப்படின்னு கேட்டானா தெரியலையப்பா அப்படிமோ. ஏன்னா யாருக்குமே தெரியாது ஹாப்பினஸ் ரியலி என்னன்னு நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது. நம்ம நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம் ஹாப்பியா இருக்கிறது ஒரு வீடு வாங்குறதோ, ஒரு கார் வாங்குறதோ, ஒரு பேங்க் பேலன்ஸ்ல ஒரு எனக்கு ஒரு 1 crore பேங்க் பேலன்ஸ் இருந்தானா பிந்தாஸ் என்ஜாய் பண்ணுவேன் லைஃப் அப்படின்னு நினைப்போம். ஆனால் எல்லாமே வந்துடும் லைஃப்பில். அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம ரியலி ஹாப்பியாக இருப்போமான்னா இட்ஸ் அ பிக் கொஸ்டின் மார்க். when that is the revelation which I found from many of the big guys which I've interviewed. They're all multi-millionaires, having 1,000 crore plus business. But the people I'm talking about are more than a value of 1,000 crore plus. But at the same time, contrary, there are people in various organizations, might not be at the top of the ladder, They will be somewhere in between, or it could be even at the lower rung of the ladder. We'll look at them, always they're bubbling with lot of energy and enthusiasm. They're always like to help other people. Their health quotient is very good. Their relationship with their family members or their children or their parents is really awesome. So when you actually put both these guys on a balance sheet and see who is really successful in life, and that reveals the real truth to us that happiness and success are not the same. Not the same. It's totally different. So you're actually chasing one thing, it's like a railway track. Okay, even if one part of the track is derailed, your life is gone. So you're chasing success, you forgo happiness, or you're chasing a comfort zone. You want to be only happy going guy, Zindabad. வாழ்க்கையில் எது வந்தாலும் நம்ம பார்த்துக்கலாம். ஓகே, எது இருந்தாலும் ரொம்ப கேஷுவல் ஆட்டிடியூடில் போயிட்டு இருப்போம், ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்ட் ஜோனில் இருப்போம், சக்ஸஸை விட்டுருவோம். ஸோ நம்ம இது எப்படி பேலன்ஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம்? It's a $1 million question. Even the biggest people, most of my friends are from premium institutes, and I'm going to share today some of the biggest revealing studies, ongoing studies done in Harvard. நம்ம நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம் worldly one of the biggest top universities, Harvard University. Ange the last 70 years there is a big study going on happiness. They've done a study on people who have studied in Harvard and successful in life, and people who are there in Boston, in that particular city, normal people. Avangala analyze பண்ணிருக்காங்க. They are all part of the study. And they came, avangala different stagesல பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. As a student, 40 years, 50 years, குளோபல் லீடர்ஸ் ஆயிருப்பாங்க. ஆனால் அவங்ககிட்ட இந்த கொஸ்டின் போய் கேட்கும்போது, ஆர் யூ ஹாப்பிங்கும்போது, they were not able to literally answer, because many of them lost their health, they lost their better halves, there was a divorce, a relationship is very strained, and sometimes in Indian families it could happen, even husband and wife, for the arrangement we are together, but the things are very strained in life. So today, that is what we're going to discuss. Are you interested to hear about it? Yes, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. So, in this journey of happiness, let's have some fun, okay? So, I always start with some fun, okay? So, I want you to recite along with me. The cockroach is afraid of? We have some HR guys over, young guys. The rat is afraid of? Cat. The cat. The cat is afraid of? Dog. The dog. The dog is afraid of? Man. So what is the next guess? The man is afraid of? Woman. What's the last one? Cockroach. See, this is a vicious circle of life. Okay. Women have empowerment at home. At the same time, they are really afraid of a very tiny cockroach. And that is what this life is all about. We are so worried about the minute things in life. The bigger things in life, we really don't care. But small things in life, it really disturbs you. Okay, as the journey travels, you'll come to know. So, we have to learn expressions. When you say emotions, life is all about emotions. Life is not about the bank balance or the designation or whatever, the society, the power or whatever you have, what the people crave for today, the power, I want to be very powerful, all these things, it doesn't make any sense. At the end of your life, in your deathbed, இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு 1 year ஒரு கேன்சர் பேஷண்ட் நினச்சிக்கலாம், சாக போகிறோம், 1 year தான் இருக்குது, டாக்டர் டைம் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. What will matter to you is that in my entire journey, how was been the memories? And what is memory? It's nothing but your emotional journey. Do you have beautiful memories of your last 10 years, 20 years, your college days? I see a lot of people in their alumni meet, 60 plus, they become like a child. Why they become? It triggers their memory. And that is what is emotions are about. So, if there is an emotional Plutchik's emotional wheel, there are more than 300 emotions மோர் தென் 300 இமோஷன்ஸ். ஆனால் நம்மளுக்கு வந்து ஊரில் இமோஷனலாக ஒரு கல்யாண வீட்டுக்கு போகிறோம், சாப்பாடு எப்படி இருந்தால் நல்லா இருந்ததுங்க அப்படிமா. அவங்க ரொம்ப மெனக்கட்டு 10 லட்சம் செலவு பண்ணி அருமையான ஒரு புஃபேலாம் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. நம்ம ஒரே வார்த்தையில் அதை எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ண கூட தெரியாது நம்மளுக்கு. சாப்பாடு எப்படி சுமாராக இருந்ததுங்க, நல்லா இருந்ததுங்க அப்படின்னு வரும். அது எப்படி எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ணுறது? ஒரு ஆஃபீஸில் ஒரு சீனியர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், ஒரு ஜூனியர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், ஒரு பாய் ஒரு நல்ல வேலை செஞ்சானா அவனை எப்படி பேட் பண்ணணும், எந்த வார்த்தைகளால் அவனை மோட்டிவேட் பண்ணணும், அந்த மோட்டிவேட் பண்ணுற வார்த்தைகள் வந்து நம்மக்கிட்ட நிறைய வந்து நம்ம படிக்கிறது இல்லை. 300 விதமான 300 இமோஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதில் the 6 பேசிக் இமோஷன்ஸ் வந்து ஹாப்பினஸ், sadness, fear, disgust, anger, surprise. So in the 6 emotions, there are many emotions. I'm just for this sake of this session, I'm keeping to 6. The 6 emotions is like a roller coaster ride. இப்போ டிராஃபிக்ல வர்றீங்க, you'll face disgust. என்ன ரோடு போட்டிருக்காங்க, என்ன பம்ப், இதெல்லாம் பார்ப்போம். So we'll start cursing the government, so on and so forth. So disgust will take over. And you're getting late to the conference, anger will take over. And to your surprise, people are waiting for you. Oh my God, I thought it's already started, but people are waiting. Like, a lot of people came very early for this program. I really salute to them. I was the first to come to this hall. So the value of time. So what I'm trying to say is that these emotions will play in your life every moment, and you cannot escape from this. Whether you are in the office, you cannot tell, no, office விட்டு நான் வீட்டுக்கு போறேன். People tell, office உடைய வேலை ஆஃபீஸோட முடிஞ்சது கிடையாது. வீட்டுக்கு போகும்போது this thought will come. ஓஹோ, நாளைக்கு மீட்டிங், போர்டு மீட்டிங் என்ன பண்ண ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணேன் இல்லையா? It keeps running even at your sleep. That's what people do not. ஒரு பேருக்கு தான் நம்ம 10 மணிக்கு தூங்க போறோம், காலையில் 6 மணிக்கு 8 மணி நினைப்போம். பட் நம்ம ஸ்லீப்ல NERM ஸ்லீப், REM ஸ்லீப், அவங்க இந்த தாட் ப்ராசஸ் வந்து ஓடிண்டே இருக்கும். ஸோ பச்சையாக சொல்ல போனால் ஓட முடியாது, ஒழிய முடியாது with your emotions and thoughts. That's the beauty of learning this subject. I am very glad that today I have started teaching this subject for bigger corporates and especially in universities. Very, very important. Why in bigger universities suicides happen? Boys get so much of marks. Simple thing, they commit suicide. Just 2 days back we saw a celebrated politician just committed suicide. So what do you tell? He has all the money in the world. He has all the power in the world. He has all the designation. What else he requires? But why did he suicide? Because of the emotional imbalance. He could not really play with these emotions in his life. That means he has given the key of happiness to someone else to decide. Someone external. Maybe your parents, maybe your children. Many old people, I will not say old people, senior citizens, they give that key of happiness to their children, gone. Or the children give it to their parents, gone. Or to your boss, finished. So that's what happens, because you're not able to emotionally balance yourself with these 6 important hormones. What is this emotion? I have to go a little bit fast, keeping time into picture. I want you to quick participation. What is this emotion? என்ன emotion தெரியுது? Anger. So anger. So கோவம் நல்லதா கெட்டதா அப்படின்னா, கோவம் வந்து சில நேரங்களில் அது நல்லது. பட் கண்டினியூஸாக 24/7 ஆங்க்ரி பேர்ட் மாதிரி ஆஃபீஸில் இருந்தானா, ஒரு பாஸ் வந்து 24/7 யாரை பார்த்தாலும் திட்டுறது கழிச்சு அப்படி பண்ணானா, the people will lose interest. But appropriate time la கோவப்பட்டா it will have meaning. But continuously your behavior is like that, and unknowingly many of the people they think that நல்ல நம்ம ஊர்ல வந்து இப்படி எல்லாம் இருந்தாதான் வேலை வாங்க முடியும் நினைச்சிட்டு பண்றாங்க. அவங்க அப்படி நினைக்கிறாங்க, ஆனா உண்மை அது கிடையாது. ஹாப்பினஸ் மாதிரி நீங்க ஒரு சந்தோஷமா இருந்து ஒரு எம்ப்ளாய் ட்ரீட் பண்ணி பார்க்கறதோ கோமா பண்ணுவோம், அவன் ஃபியர்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணுவான். ஸோ ஃபியர்ல வந்து அவனுடைய ப்ரொடக்டிவிட்டி, எஃபிஷியன்சி, எஃபெக்டிவ்னஸ் ரொம்ப குறைவா இருக்கும். ஒர்க் முடிச்சிருவான், அதாவது he will scrape through that work, but he will not do 100% justice to the work. That's what anger is all about. This emotion, correct, is there moderately. What is this emotion? Fear. Fear is a very, very powerful emotion to protect us from danger. இப்போ கோவிட் சீசன்ல வந்து நிறைய பேர் ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் வந்து நாங்கள் வேக்சினே போட மாட்டோம், எங்களுக்கு தெரியாது மருந்து ஒர்க் ஆகுமா இல்லையான்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அப்போது I had done some documentaries during COVID being a healthcare scientist. So what we used to tell is that you want to see your grandchildren for old people. Who says no? Everybody would like to see. And then that compliance, people started going to the hospital and taking the vaccine. That's what the Prime Minister also did. Even I am taking this particular vaccine. So people developed that confidence and trust built actually, and people started taking vaccine. And today we all should be proud. India supplied vaccine to almost 200 countries throughout the world. So in certain terms of business, fear will do wonders. But keeping an employee constantly on the fear mode for 24/7, it will not do good. So you should know.
All these emotions have to be used, but then judiciously.
Exactly. That's called as a chosen behavior. A very beautiful book is written by Edward D. Bono. நீங்க நிறைய பேர் Edward D. I'm a great fan of Edward D. Bono. நிறைய books வந்து மைண்ட் பத்தி எழுதியிருக்காரு. Lateral thinking, six thinking hats, a beautiful mind. அது மாதிரி books படிக்கும்போது there is something called chosen behavior. இப்போ சில நேரங்கள்ல வந்து adult to எரிக் பர்ன் சொல்ற மாதிரி adult, father child, child father அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல. இப்போ சில நேரத்துல நீங்க அப்பாவா பிஹேவ் பண்ணணும். சம்டைம்ஸ் உங்க பையன் கிட்ட ஃப்ரெண்ட் மாதிரி பிஹேவ் பண்ணணும். சம்டைம்ஸ் உங்க பையன் கிட்டயே நீங்க குழந்தை மாதிரி பிஹேவ் பண்ணணும். See the contrast. So it is all situational and circumstance based. Every time you try to be like a father with your children, the children might not tell many things to you. So your behavior has to tune to that circumstances. Then there is a nice blend, they'll also start interacting with you. So fear plays a very important role. Disgust. Today we are all disgusted by the things what's happening around us. We are thinking the problem is with the outside world. But we introspect and see that the problem may not be with the outside world. The world is like that. And you cannot expect the world to be very fair. நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம் அரசாங்கமோ மனிதர்களோ கம்பெனிஸோ வந்து எங்கிட்ட ஜஸ்டிஸ் கொடுக்கல, ஃபேரா இருக்கலன்னு நினைக்கிறோம். அது நினைக்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தப்பு. பிகாஸ் இட் வில் நெவர் ஹேப்பன் இன் யுவர் லைஃப், எனி ஆர்கனைசேஷன் ஆர் ஃபேமிலி ஆர் எனிதிங், யூ வில் நாட் பி ஃபேர். ஃபேர்னஸ் கிடைக்காது. ஸோ இன் திஸ் வேர்ல்ட் வார் யூ கால்ட், இந்த கலியுகத்தில் வந்து if you have to live, you have to keep these emotions. No, you should know how to moderate these emotions. So நிறைய பேர் ரொம்ப ஒரு சின்ன வார்த்தை பாஸ் சொல்லியிருப்பாரு, தேர் வெரி சென்சிட்டிவ், மனசுக்குள்ள எடுத்துக்குவாங்க, அதையே நினச்சிட்டு இருப்பாங்க, ப்ரொடக்டிவிட்டி கம்மியாயிடும். நிறைய ஆர்கனைசேஷன்லாம் பார்ப்பேன், ஒரு சின்ன விஷயத்துக்காக ஒரு ஈகோ கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் ஆகும், இன்டர் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட்ஸ் நடக்கும். That could be avoided had both of them been emotional intelligence. யார் சொல்றாங்க? நம்ம பாஸ் தான் நம்ம சொல்றாரு. He's like my big brother. So the moment your thought process changes, don't look your boss like your boss, you look like him like your big brother or like your father. Things will change. The way you accept the things will totally change. Am I right? Change. That's the perspective. So எந்த perspective, எந்த perceptionல பார்க்கறீங்கங்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். So discuss this thing. The next one is sadness. Sadness is a very very powerful emotion. Only when you're sad, actually, it triggers some thought process where many things of the world, magics have happened when this has happened. Especially even like Steve Jobs, when he knew that he was suffering from cancer, pancreatic cancer. From the time he was detected with pancreatic cancer and the time he, till his last breath, the type of innovation he brought year on year was phenomenal, because he knew that he is going to live for only few years. So when time becomes a constraint, so that puts a lot of positive pressure. I want to do something creative. You will not waste even a single moment of your life. If you come to know you will live for only next 2-3 years, even a single moment you will not waste in your life. That's the beauty. So sadness is important, so to make you realize, how do you progress in your lam பண்ணுவாங்க. மறுநாள்ல இருந்து மறுபடியும் they are back to their square one, as if they have lost something. Correct? I do not know why to be happy, does it cost any money? And $1 million question is that many of the costliest things in life will not bring happiness to you. That you will realize, having the biggest car, the biggest house, biggest bank balance, we are thinking it brings happiness. No. You introspect and see, it doesn't bring a chinna asai, small things in life. So I have a habit, like during even COVID, I'm not a great singer, but I like to sing some of the beautiful Ilayaraja songs, Kannadasan songs and all. Small things brings you a lot of happiness. Someone will be interested in painting, someone in dancing, someone in social work, helping others, someone cracking jokes. You have seen with your friends when you meet an old friend, how your behavior changes. You do a video shoot like this and see how you might be a big shot of a company, but the moment you see your childhood friend, the way you talk to him, your language, everything changes. Why? Because it triggers your happy zone, the joyful zone. I think this is something where we should learn to try to be maximum amount of time. Okay, I'll go a little bit fast. But all these emotions put together, ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷனில் இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஒரு ஃபேமிலியில் இருந்தாலும் சரி, எங்கே இருந்தாலும் சரி, ட்ரஸ்ட் இஸ் தி எசன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பார்ட்னர்ஷிப். ட்ரஸ்ட் இல்லைன்னா வாழ்க்கையில் ஒன்றுமே கிடையாது. ஸோ ஹவு டு யூ பில்ட் திஸ் ட்ரஸ்ட்? டு யூ சே, சார் யூ டோன்ட் ட்ரஸ்ட் மீ சார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். யதார்த்தமாக கேட்போம் உங்கள் பாஸுக்கிட்டேயோ யார், யூ டோன்ட் ட்ரஸ்ட் மீமா. இட் டசன்ட் ஹேப்பன் தட் வே. Trust has a multifold things. So long-term relations, are you honest, honor your commitments, admit when you're wrong, communicate effectively, be transparent, stand up for what's right, show people that you care, be helpful, be vulnerable. All these things put together will build trust. And trust, there are two sides of the coin. One is the character, the other one is competence. Some people are having an amazing character. They're very honest, they're very fair, they're very authentic, they're very high levels of integrity. But if they don't have competence, you cannot build trust. And on the other side of the coin, some people are very, very intelligent, they're very innovative, creative, curious, they are result oriented, they bring numbers to the table, to the balance sheet, everything they're perfect. But at the same time, the management not be ready to give them the topmost post because there could be some missing in their integrity. You see? So it's not balanced. So you have to have balance. The trust means their character should be amazing and their competence should be amazing. So most of the good, I'm talking about good CEOs of the organization or good people, CFOs of the organization are balanced in both sides. They might not be the best in that organization, but when you look at both sides of it, it's or nyaya taras madri. They are perfectly balanced between character and competence. I think that is what you need to look at. It's not only building your competence. Build your attitude and character along with. Are you jealous? Are you having ego? Are you a very short-tempered guy? All these negative thoughts and feeling, you have to note it down. These are all your SWOT analysis, weakness. You start striking at the early stage of your career. நீங்க எவ்வளோ என்னுடைய குருநாதர் சந்திரசேகர் ஐயர், I tell in all the meeting from Tanjore in Bombay 30 years back in my initial part of the Shiva, I want to grow in the corporate ladder. I want 4 things to get avoided. One starts with ego, jealousy, don't compare yourself with anybody. And last but the knowledge, anger. Anger is a very, very costly thing. Especially don't show it against the higher ups. You will be the loser. Chamata katunda. And that's what my career skyrocketed. So you require a good GPS, guru positioning system to go up in your life. So you need to build trust to go. Yes.
Not to be angry.
Yeah.
Mean that you compromise.
No. I'm not telling you should not be angry. You have to be angry, but very wisely chosen. That anger that criticism should not lead to a personal criticism. You should constructive criticism about the act. இப்போ ஒரு ஆஃபீஸில் ஒரு தப்பு நடக்குது, you should do a constructive criticism about the act, not the person. But what happens, like தூத்து மேமே நீயா நானாங்கிற மாதிரி, அது ஒரு ஈகோ கான்ஃப்ளிக்டில் போகும்போது அவங்க இன்னும் வேற மாதிரி பண்ணுவாங்க. They'll see to that the inter-department doesn't work, the teamwork goes to chaos, and that's what the CEOs, many organizations have a big challenge. எல்லா கேஸ் ஸ்டடீஸில் பார்த்துருக்கோம், எவ்வளோ பெரிய big companies like Enron, பெரிய companies எல்லாம் வந்து, how even GE before Jack Welch taking up, big massive companies, they go down the drain because of interdepartment, teamwork and leadership. Big question mark. It all deals, start fundamentally is your emotion. Okay, I'll go a little bit fast. So now, you know the 6 emotions. ஆனா ஒரு இமோஷனுக்கும் இன்னொரு இமோஷனுக்கும் கை சேர்ந்தா, ஓகே, நண்பண்டாங்கிற மாதிரி, if 2 emotions join together, it creates the magic of work. What is that magic of work? Suppose you are very happy, okay, but if you blend that with trust, then it becomes love. So love la vandu trust illana adu love kediyadu, it becomes lust. Now you understand how emotion will play your life. Some people, we pretend to be loving others, but it's not so because there is lacking trust. So it's a degree of trust involved. Same way, trust and fear, submission. Fear and surprise, wow. பயந்துட்டே வருவீங்க, திடீர்னு பார்த்தானா உங்களுக்கு ஆனுவல் இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் 30% கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, வாவ் அப்படிவீங்க. அந்த எக்ஸாம் ரிசல்ட்டுக்காக நோட்டீஸ் போர்டில் பார்க்க போவீங்க, ஐயோ நான் இந்த பாஸ் ஆயிருப்பேனா இல்லையா அந்த எக்ஸாம், அது நோட்டீஸ் போர்டில் பார்க்கும்போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ், வா, ஒரு மூச்சு டீப் இது எடுப்பீங்க, ஓ நான் இதை எதிர்பார்க்கவே இல்லை. யூ now understand emotions, லைஃப்ல emotions எப்படி ப்ளே பண்ணும். You get that awe factor. Surprise and sadness, disapproval, sadness and disgust, remorse, disgust and anger, contempt, anticipation, anger, aggressiveness, serenity and interest, optimism. So you see to that in life how you blend. அதாவது 2 கை தட்டினாதான் you get that sound fast. அதே மாதிரி தான் எந்த இப்போ ஒருத்தரை பார்க்குறோன்னா எந்த 2 இமோஷனை பிளெண்ட் பண்ணானா I can get my work done, but not in the wrong sense, for the improvement of the organizational goals. Like even in Indian Institute of Indian Foundry Men, to get things done, you need to have a lot of positive attitude and positive affirmations, because many people working here, it's an unpaid job, so you cannot ask them, it's a honorary job, pro bono. So the only way to nurture that, you're all equal and think, see, I don't bother about designations. One guy will be a president, secretary, chairman, it's immaterial. But are we all in the same page or in the same plate? That's very, very important. And how do you blend the emotions? Even for the person who is doing a simple work, how do you motivate him? If he doesn't know anything, how do you teach him? He requires some training. Rather than firing him, you should train him. So that's how these emotions will play. Okay.
Some of them are positive nature.
Yes,
Some are
yes, yes. It's both. It will be blend. I'll come to that in the final question answer session. I'll take you through that so that when you listen to the entire presentation, sir, you'll get the 360 view. So now what happens? Okay, sir, na emotion pati ellam therinjikiten, sir. Okay, emotions pati ella therinja. So what's great about it? What's great about is that emotion, neriya peti emotion ku feeling ku neriya confusion irukku. Emotion ku feeling ku. I'll come to that a little bit later. But emotion பத்தி நீங்க தெரியலனா என்ன ஆகும்னா, it will have a direct impact on your health, in your body. You see a person with lot of disgust, sadness, all this, negative emotions பாருங்க black ஆ இருக்கும். That means there is no proper blood supply to the parts of your limbs and legs. நீங்க நிறைய வாட்டி பார்த்திருப்போம் தெரியுமா, end of the day you are just exhausted like anything. இதுக்கு மேல என்னால முடியாது சார், வீட்டுக்கு போறேன் அப்படின்னு போவீங்க. ஏன் அப்படி நடக்குதுன்னா, because the entire day these emotions are taking over like anything and you become negatively charged. But certain people, especially we people from training or coaching, I have my friend over sitting at the back, he's a great trainer. Okay, so when they take, always they're bubbling with lot of energy and enthusiasm. Why it happens? Because they don't drain it doesn't mean they're not feeling tired. Even my legs will be aching when I go home, but right now I'm using all the positive emotions, so the blood supply to my brain, my hands, legs is amazing. So can you trigger these positive emotions in your workplace so that the entire day that 8 hours you spend is very, very productive. Otherwise, you have to do overtime. Some people, for the sake of, because you get money, that's a different story. But otherwise, that's not necessary. If you are very productive during the day, you can do it only with your positive emotions. நான் நிறைய வாட்டி நம்ம ஆஃபீஸில் போனோன்னா the first 2 hours வேலையே நடக்காது. 10 வாட்டி டீ குடிச்சிட்டு வருவோம் இல்லையா? ஏன்னா அந்த ஸ்டார்டிங் ட்ரபிள். ஒரு மெயில் எழுத ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம், the brain doesn't work. Everything has to do with these emotions. From tomorrow you start thinking about, why the hell I'm not able to draft a simple mail? But someday you see Pareto principle, 20% of the time you will do 80% of the work is completed. 80% is completed. Generally, when I have to write medical scripts, I get up at 4:30 in the morning, and by 6:30 my entire day's work is over. So that 20% time, I tend to do 80% of my work. Why it happens? Because I know to trigger my positive emotions. I trigger my happiness hormone. I'll come to that hormone in a short while. So how do you feel today, ma'am? How do you feel today? What do you feel today? How about you, sir?
Good, sir. Awesome.
All are good? Like,
Happy with you.
happy with me. That's wonderful. So we are all feeling awesome, right? Not mosam, right? We are feeling awesome. I think that should be the spirit. So you give this self-affirmation to you, positive affirmations to again and again. Even things are going bad in your life. Dushtana kanda dura velagu. Just kick it away and say, I'm feeling very happy within, Don't come near to me. Don't come near to me. I don't have time. I tell people who coming with sad story, I said, my life itself is very thing. Why do you tell this thing, man? Especially from the Indian Army General, I learned my mentor, Arun Antanarayanan. Don't give the key of happiness to anybody in your house. Shiva, where is your key of happiness? Is it with you? Is it with your son? Is it with your wife? Is it with your mother? I said, no, sir. Batrama pocket la vechirken, sir. And matham kaila kudutana, we have to be behind them. You understand? So that's very, very important. So you see, in the chart, I will send it to Indian Institute of Foundry Management. You go through this chart. ஏன்னா ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ல நம்ம தட்டி கொடுத்து வேலை வாங்கணும். நம்ம எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்றதுக்கு வார்த்தைகளே கிடையாது. குட் சார், பேட் சார், இந்த வார்த்தைகள் தவிர வேற வார்த்தைகளே நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது. அண்ட் எஸ்பெஷலி தமிழில் அழகான வார்த்தைகள், நிறைய வார்த்தைகள். நான் ஒரு 300 இமோஷன்ஸ் கேப்சர் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். எனக்கு என்னுடைய லேப்டாப்புடைய ஸ்க்ரீன்ஷாட் அண்ட் இமோஷன்ஸ் தான் ஓடிட்டு இருக்கும். எவ்ரி டைம் ஐ மீட் அ பர்சன், ஐ வில் நாட் யூஸ் த சேம் வேர்ட். I use a new word. You're fantastic. You're marvelous. You're awesome. You're great. You're fantabulous. Join two words. And just see how just vaarthaigal nu solrom. See the way the words will do the magic in a person. It will do magic in a person. And you get this energy when you do it with lot of good voice modulation. Adu romba interest illama. How was the work? Good. அப்படி சொல்லாதீங்க. இட் வாஸ் குட் மேன், இட்ஸ் ஆசம் அப்படி சொல்லணும். இது என்னுடைய குருநாதர் பி சி ராமகிருஷ்ண கத்துன. ஹவு டு யூ மேனிபுலேட் யுவர் வாய்ஸ்? நிறைய பேர் எனர்ஜியே இருக்காது. குட் சார், ஓகே சார், எப்படி சுமாரா இருந்தது சார், ஓகே சார். ஸோ இட்ஸ் அவங்க ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்களுக்கு போர் அடிச்சிடும். என்னடா ஃபோன் நைட்டு ஃபுல்லாக உட்காந்து இந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணி கொடுத்தானா பாஸ் என்ன நினச்சிட்டுனா சும்மா அவங்களை பாராட்டினா ரொம்ப தலைக்கு மேலே ஏறுவாங்க. அவர் அந்த இதில் இருப்பார். ஸோ த பர்செப்ஷன்ஸ் ஆன் போத் சைட்ஸ் இஸ் ராங். அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? ஸோ ஹவு டு யூ லிட்டரலி பிளே வித் திஸ் பாசிட்டிவ் அஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் வேர்ட்? ஸோ எவ்ரி ஒன் இஸ் லைக் அ மூன் அண்ட் ஹேஸ் அ டார்க் சைட் விச் ஹி நெவர் ஷோஸ் டு எனிபடி. ஸோ எவ்ரிபடி சிட்டிங் ஓவர் ஹியர் வில் வேர் அ மாஸ்க். எல்லாருமே, இன்க்ளூடிங் மீ. And we seldom reveal that mask. Only with our close friends in a nice environment, when you have for a party, you'll tell everything. வாழ்க்கையில என்ன தெரியுமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாத்தையும் when that goes inside you, everything comes outside. No, because he's doing a video shoot, I'll not tell what is that, you understand. So when that goes inside, everything comes. He starts crying and doing all that sort of nonsense. He becomes a child in him. He might be the biggest guy in that office, but at that moment he'll start crying because of various challenges. Because no one is empathizing with him in his life. You got it? Doesn't matter your hierarchy. If someone doesn't empathize even with your topmost boss, they say at the topmost level they suffer in silence. Loneliness, the next it's coming, it really, really triggers you. So very quickly I'm going to run through this, because there's full science. Loneliness will kill people. Don't try to be alone. Loneliness doesn't mean you're sitting alone. Loneliness means you do not know what to do with your body, your system, your mind. தனியா உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கோம், நெகட்டிவ் தாட்ஸா வருது, என் டைம் வச்சு என்ன பண்றதுன்னு தெரியாது. You can sit alone and be having a great company. You can sing, you can dance, you can breathe, you can focus on mindfulness. Breathingல focus பண்ணாலே mindfulness அவ்வளவுதான். இதுக்கு பெரிய ராக்கெட் சயின்ஸ்ல கிடையாது. You understand? So see, not try to be lonely. So get into nicer things of life, painting, music. You need not be a great singer to do this. Increases blood pressure. If you're lonely, it increases your blood pressure. Second one is stress. Stress. I think across the organization you have stress, 1,000 amount of stress management classes and all theoretically study. It's like putting yoga on the television and having chips and watching that yoga. We are not doing anything about it. சார் எனக்கு எல்லா யோகா தெரியும் சார், எனக்கு 100 விதமான யோகா தெரியுமா? தெரியும் சார், என்ன பண்ணுறீங்களா? அதான் டைம் கிடைக்கல சார். அரை மணி நேரம் யோகா பார்ப்பாங்க, ஆனால் 15 நிமிஷம் குனிய மாட்டான். ரிமோட்டு வந்து ஸோ அவங்க பக்கத்துலேயே இருக்கணும். ரிமோட் அங்கே இருக்கும், ஆனால் பையன்கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டு ரிமோட் எடுக்க சொல்லுவான். ஆனால் பார்க்குறது என்ன? யோகா பார்ப்பாங்க, ப்ரீதிங் பார்ப்பாங்க, இதெல்லாம் பார்ப்பாங்க. ஸோ we seldom practice what we preach. We know. We Indians, we know so many things. We are very intelligent. In fact, we are over intelligent. But when it comes to application, it's $1 million question. அதாவது even small things what you practice in life, these things will not happen. Anxiety, தேவையில்லாம tension. Every time you're anxious. பஸ் வரலையா? anxious. ஆஃபீஸில் டைம் சீக்கிரமா போனாலும் anxious, லேட்டாக போனாலும் anxious. சேலரி வரலனாலும் ஆங்ஷியஸ், வந்துருச்சுன்னா ஐயோ இன்க்ரிமெண்ட் வந்ததா இல்லையா, ஏதாவது கட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களா, இப்போ லாஸ்ட் 31st நம்ம பார்ப்போம், எவ்வளோ டிடெக்ட், ஐயோ இவ்வளோ டிடெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டானா, இஎம்ஐ இருக்குது அது இருக்குன்னு. ஸோ லைஃப் இஸ் அ ரோலர் கோஸ்டர் full of anxious, irritability, hatred. So when I'm showing this slide, just see what is the organ it's affecting. நம்ம நினைக்கிறோம் நம்ம இந்த ஹாப்பினஸ், சேட்னஸ்,